everyone, my name is Coleman. I'm an engineer at Grafana Labs, and this is Ask the Experts. Today we have a question from Reddit. Hi all, I see a lot of options of how to monitor Kubernetes on Grafana. What's the best and easiest way to do it? Let's dive in. Okay, so for this demo, we will start with Kubernetes monitoring for Grafana Cloud. So when you are in your Grafana Cloud instance, you can come to the Kubernetes plugin here, and you can see that we don't have any data being sent yet. So we can quickly go over to the configuration view, and here we're met with just a few simple instructions about how to set up the Helm chart and configure with your cluster. So we pick a couple of quick settings here. You can decide if you want cost metrics, energy metrics, including pod logs. You can also include the settings for application observability. If you need to, you can generate a fresh access policy token and then decide if you want to use Helm or Terraform. What you're left with is a nice, easy copy and paste command here to install the Kubernetes monitoring Helm chart in your cluster. So I've set a few things up already. I have just a few simple pods running in a cluster here, and I'm going to install the Helm chart. I've got my values file. I'm going to install everything right now, one command. And while we let that go, I'm going to go back here to the Kubernetes monitoring plugin. And as soon as we've deployed the Helm chart, we're going to see immediately the application is going to light up with our cluster. So this is done. We can see that the Helm chart has been deployed along with the rest of our pods. And if we just give this a second here, I think the scrape interval is 60 seconds. There we go. So just like that, one command, we see our cluster here. And the great thing about Kubernetes monitoring is you get all kinds of nice ways to view your clusters. So from the homepage, we can view our namespaces, workloads, any nodes we have running. There's also a view for cost metrics that come from OpenCost, Kubernetes related alerts, and then the configuration page that we already saw. Along with the Helm chart, we are collecting pod logs, which is great. And each object in our cluster has a details view where we can see details about CPU usage, memory usage, cost data, etc. We recently introduced a new tab dedicated entirely to CPU usage. This will also show the nodes running in the cluster, breakdown by namespace, etc. So that's how to get started on Grafana Cloud with Kubernetes monitoring. It's really easy. We highly recommend it. So now we'll take a look at how to get started with Kubernetes monitoring on an open source version of Grafana. I've got a cluster here with some pods, and I'm gonna do the same exact steps with the Grafana Kubernetes Helm chart, and I'm gonna install the Helm chart to start sending metrics. The next step is we'll need the Kubernetes Mixin repo, which includes dashboards, alerts, and recording rules that are open source, built by the official Kubernetes monitoring project. So for that, we will clone the repo, and this gives us a repo full of JSON on it where we can generate some dashboards. This takes one makefile. Now we've generated our dashboards that we can mount inside of our open source Grafana. So over here in our Docker Compose for our Grafana image, all we have to do is mount the Mixin folder with the dashboards into Grafana. So now, if I go to my locally running instance of Grafana, and I go to the dashboards, now you can see I have a whole folder of Kubernetes Mixin dashboards that are pre-built and ready to go. This includes namespaces, clusters, workloads, also specific dashboards for Windows nodes, as well as persistent volumes, etc. So this is a great way to get started with Kubernetes monitoring. After you've installed the Helm chart, you'll have all the metrics that you need, and you can start to build your own dashboards or use the Mixin.